What?
You couldn't be a doctor if you didn't read.
That doesn't even.
That's
make sense.
work, not fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever. Welcome to another episode of Talking in Tangents. We have the person who calls himself J.O. Genius, but that's for interpretation. Then we have a boy J to the Fizz-Ive.
Yeah.
Jay Cinco.
Yeah.
On the motherfucking mic. I'm your host, Anthony Truth Gary. Showing you guys love. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, I like that.
What?
Jay Cinco.
Jay Cinco?
Hey.
Yeah, he like that. We get better every time we stand on the mic, y'all. So, what y'all want to talk about today? I guess, oh, shit. Hey, I know one thing we should do. Make sure our phones are on silent.
That is true. My phone is somewhere else right now.
You better find it.
Shots.
I guess we're going to take a shot break less than 3 minutes into the beginning of the podcast. So, Jox is making, I'm sorry. Let's start over. Fuck it. No, you ruined it by giving me a dumbass name. Someone call me J.O. Call me J.O. Genius.
They call me J.O.
They call me J.O. And you know what it is? I known this nigga for I don't know how long, and I'm like, where the fuck did he get that name from?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't it sound like a Capcom video game character? J.O.
We have never, ever used that.
Yeah, like ever. I don't think I've ever called you J.O. That's some shit you said in
That was later. Later in life.
say it on the mic, nigga. That's me.
Where did the O come from?
Yeah, where did that O come from? No, don't. You're not on the mic. No talking. This is an extended opening. I see. It's cool.
It's an extended open. We getting it together.
I think so. I hope so. You know what I mean? I hope so.
We getting it together.
So our first topic, I guess we let's talk about today, is a lot of shit has been going on in the news, and we live in one of them crazy worlds, perpetual worlds, in which they want us to care about everything. There's always some social issue that they want us to be the quote unquote champion of, and have a Facebook opinion or a Twitter approach on. And I gotta say, man, I'm tired.
So you have an opinion on people telling you to have an opinion?
Pretty much.
That's the wrong opinion. Okay.
Now, first of all, I don't know what PC fucking finished the school you went to, but it don't mean nothing to me.
The Juilliard finished.
Yeah. Hey, Scooter, I know you're doing that. Can you let Mike in?
This man busy. Hold up. I got it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you walk away.
This is work, right?
So
This is charity.
So like when it comes to that, like I feel the same way you do. Like I'm tired. It's either this or it's that, and you can't just walk out in the street and just not like accept everybody as they are. You either have to be like, oh, I don't like these people because they don't like those people.
Right.
Type. And that shit is trash, bro.
my thing is, we're at a point in life, or just a point in the history of our country, in which we're asking people to look at this cause, and then all of a sudden be up and at 'em about it.
Like the Amber Alerts that come through here.
Yeah, that's what Amber Alert is, so we can get more eyes.
Like, how often at 3 o'clock in the morning you get an Amber Alert? Because I done got plenty of Amber Alerts at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sitting there thinking man.
It ain't no way.
No, don't get me wrong. I feel and I'm happy that someone shows that they care, but I'm just not up at 3 o'clock in the morning and then I'm about to go out on the street and look vigilantly.
Yeah, it's not for you in the bed. It's for the person at the gas station who.
Yeah, but you woke me up out of the bed.
Yeah, I do hate that. It's automatic. It's
it's like you could be in REM sleep. And you like, man, I'm finally getting my best sleep I've ever had in years. At 4:30,
But a young
4 o'clock, 4:32 in the morning, and some nigga stole a child.
A young nigga will feel bad if you didn't get one. You feel me?
I feel you. I feel you. But what I'm saying is one of those that we're gonna let everybody know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And And if you don't like, man, I don't care about this shit. He's like, you don't care about this shit. If it was your puppy or your child, or blah blah blah.
How recent do these bitches be going? Like, damn,
I think it's the day of. I think it's like
Yeah. I hope they're not like.
I hope it ain't no 2 or 3 fucking hours behind.
Yeah.
So,
But I think what Truth getting to is like, especially the pressure and reactivity of, well, we posted this hashtag and we said we don't like this or we do like this. You have to say something, and it's like on the individual level, it can get tiring. I can see, especially in the social sphere, of do you care? But one could argue that after Bloody Sunday, that same question was being asked around the country of, well, now that you see what's happening to black folks in the South, shouldn't you care? And so it does have a benefit because it is marketing. It's social marketing.
But the thing is to care about everything.
Oh, yeah, every issue. Yeah, you're right.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Like at any time in the world, we got at least 4 or 5 bloody conflicts, public bloody conflicts, not just in Asia, but Africa, some places in Ireland, even in America, South America, Mexico. There's always some bullshit going down somewhere.
That's true.
And there's always some social justice warrior trying to bring this to the UN. Trying to, hey, you guys need to dedicate fucking resources and shit towards it. And you're thinking to yourself, is just like, man, y'all niggas don't even help motherfuckers here.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how people felt with the U.S. response in Ukraine. And the sad part is that it's because of the political aspect. The Russian takeover of Ukraine gets more play than warlords in developing countries. Because if that warlord takes over, it doesn't alter supply chains. Yeah.
It doesn't affect us. But I mean, sometimes you got to prioritize.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to like care. You're right. It's tiring if all you do is care about every tragedy. I think that's where people mess up, where their timelines. You wake up in the morning, and all you see is these. This mass shooting, this Karen. This cop beat up this black kid who was in a wheelchair, and they got him for running away from the crime scene.
Out of a wheelchair,
and it's
they'll justify it just off
it's
that
hard
alone.
to get over. It's hard to get over like what you see around you. So it's like, why should I care about them and then the people around me ain't doing that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I think you can care about both.
You can, yeah.
That's a
But
lot
you
of
just
emotional
have to you have to prioritize. I mean, just like I feel like with any like a software, any program, you have priorities. You have like different functions at different rates. So yeah, like you should care about young working slaves in developing countries developing your iPhone, but you also gotta care about Samsung or any electronics.
any phone, nigga, really.
But you also simultaneously need to care about the public, the public quality of public schooling here in the United States, the housing quality of children here in the United States. You can care about both, but you definitely need to prioritize home first. But
they never prioritize home. Yeah. That's always been the problem. The idea that you can ask the president, hey, man, help out your citizens that are like in debt, trying to make this country better, or trying to be a better citizen, or trying to be reach another tax bracket. Because most people get degrees because of tax bracket. Let's be real. That's the idea. Anyway.
Trying to social mobility. Yeah.
So you'd be like, nah, I ain't gonna help y'all. Oh man, but we need to help our brothers and sisters over in Ukraine. Donate your food cans and all that shit, and join the war effort to help fight off communism. You just sitting there nigga, you're not even helping us.
We used to fill barrels with canned goods in elementary school,
Yep.
and have the school on fucking free lunch.
Half the school on free lunch.
Dude,
Yep.
you know what it was? You know what was in most of them cans?
What?
Pie filling.
No.
Let's be real. It was blackberry and raspberry pie filling.
A lot of cranberry sauce. A lot of cranberry sauce.
My dad wouldn't give up the cranberry sauce. He was like, "That's for Thanksgiving." Cranberry sauce in the can lasts forever.
That December bin.
Yeah, the December bin. Yeah, a lot of cranberry sauce, and you
pie
get
pie fillings, cranberry sauce.
But it's so fucked up. something like that. Like
A few big cans of Glory Greens. Those was people that care for real.
No, those are the ones with them expiration date that jump out the head.
Yeah.
And the motherfuckers are like, well, shit.
They bought that big 12 pack.
Because it's been sitting out in the storage cupboard for like 2 years.
Cans of them good poking beans in there.
Oh yeah.
I never had pork and beans growing up.
You mean like
that shit so violent on the back end?
It just feels like it really tastes good.
I want to say you missed out, but you really ain't missing
I didn't
nothing.
miss nothing.
You really ain't missing nothing. But
My grandma used to make something called beanie weenies.
Everybody had beanie weenies.
And I still
throwing
eat
your
it to this
own.
day.
Yeah, throwing your own.
I still eat it to this day.
That shit so violent coming out. Oh my god!
So
I ate that shit tonight.
So I guess like look at Walmart. Walmart, they don't have a high paying scale when it comes to a lot of their employees. So
that's changing.
Now it is, but before they got exposed for being slave labor. Really, most companies exposed for their slave labor tactics. They were asking other people inside of the Walmart employment, saying, "Hey, help out your brothers and your employees," instead of them, one of the most richest corporations in the world, saying, "Hey, let's raise their pay.
Let's raise minimum wage. Nobody who gives us 8 hours
even
is
give them
going
a
to be poor.
bonus.
You know what I'm saying? Or you're not going to be able to afford a house.
Look at restaurants, bro.
Yeah,
them niggas getting paid like $2 and some
crazy,
change.
But that's because they built a whole fucking system around guilting people to pay them more. Why? Hey, look, we can't pay them, but you can because they are extra nice to you. She was on time with them ice cubes. She always showed up and picked up your dirty dishes and asked you.
But that means that the waiters are truly at the mercy of the finances of the community.
Yeah,
because if the factory down the street gets
and then they
shut down,
and then now they campaigning for people. Oh, if you can't afford to pay me on top of your food, then you shouldn't go out. Yeah. And I'm just like, that's fucked up.
And they'll use the exception.
I will say though, if you shouldn't be ordering something that's $18, $19 if all you got is a $20 bill. Used to hate that shit in high school.
Yeah, but if they got a 2 for $10, let me eat.
But let's be real,
two for $10, and you have a $20 bill, cool. But don't show up there with just a $10 bill.
Here's an unpopular opinion, nigga. If I go to a restaurant, just because I can afford to eat steak and the other table can't afford to eat steak, don't mean I should have to tip you more.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that whole industry.
You use the same on to bring they cheeseburger that you brought my steak.
No, they ain't shit. The other table ain't shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Shit.
That whole industry depends on like the exception. They'll take somebody who works at like an expensive restaurant, and they'll say, well, those servers are completely fine with the pay scale. And when you look at Applebee's or anywhere else, and they're like, man, we struggling.
You're struggling, and it does guilt you into
it guilts you.
It guilts because you be like, man, let me get in there, like something.
Like, dude, like the idea that a waiter can make more money just because of the restaurant is charging more for the food,
and they got to split them tips with.
And they got to split, and then they got
which that's fair. That's fair. Because the cook's working hard too. They working hard.
But the cooks get paid no matter what.
Yeah, I don't know what the cooks pay.
So
like
say we go to like I don't know, one of them restaurants. They got a sous chef and they got a head chef. Right. Them motherfuckers is on salary.
Oh yeah, of course.
Them niggas they get paid.
Okay, well then we're talking. If you're on salary, then you good. But
but they be still be trying. They they
take tips.
Yeah. So now, so they just had something in the news recently where this company had to pay back like over, I think like $675,000 in wages because they were illegally splitting the tips with the salary employees. They wasn't supposed to be getting money. Like, no, y'all. This is because y'all have guaranteed money. You're not supposed to get no tips.
Yeah.
God damn.
You get bonuses and shit. And now you gonna get them tips. So now you fucking double paying them.
So what do y'all think about the strip club model?
Because that's what it sounds like.
I don't do strip clubs like that.
If from my understanding,
not anymore.
From my understanding, the stripper tips the house
and the DJ.
The DJ.
No, they don't tip the house. They pay the house.
Well, they pay the house. They pay their fees.
It's like a barber chair in the barbershop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, they are leasing that space.
leasing
on
that
the
pole.
They are.
And
They're
the,
leasing
them
and
chairs.
the club,
but they also pay a license.
Yeah, but just
so
like-
it's like they're taxed by literally every step of the process.
yeah. But the thing is, they are using
And look
the
how much
strip
fucking money
club
they make.
as a like
Some of
how a
them.
consulting firm.
Some of them
consulting
struggling.
firm
You'd be shocked how
connects
many
you to people.
struggling.
But a consulting firm connects you to people. You could technically do it yourself,
Struggling.
but they connect you to people. In the strip club, Strokers, Magic City, DOA, they connect you to the people who are willing to pay you after the fact. And so it's that contract. It's like contract work, and this is a venue for you to display yourself, like a flea market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we like.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's sad
this
the way
point-
you said that, though.
At this point, Magic City is Magic City. So niggas gonna come here
Yep.
for Magic City.
Yeah.
So
They won't see that girl on the
if
street
you from
by
out of
herself.
town and you want to strip in Magic City, I think you gotta pay Magic
No.
City
You
to
know,
do
you
it,
have
right?
to pay no matter what. Like, you just can't walk up in the club and be like, yo, I want to work tonight. They go, all right, cool. No, they're like, no.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah.
You better make sure you make at least $500 to pay the house, and then whatever after that, you tip the DJ, and then you tip the fuck on out of here. I don't know if that's what they do, but that's if I ran a strip club and I was doing some shit like that, at least each stripper got to pay at least $200 to $300.
I would say I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it, but I'm guessing.
Yeah, I got a crude understanding, but some of them you be thinking like, all right, you should be doing good, and you do the math. You start doing the math. And you like, you know,
that's
like your whole life is contingent on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Or you ain't gonna eat this month.
and that's
Well,
why
that depends on the
people
stripper, though.
also, but that's why people act like, oh well, if you strip,
that's
then you
anything.
should be set in a month. It's like, no, like these girls gotta show up, and guys, they gotta show up every time they gotta go to work, and it's not guaranteed. They might make some money on All Star
think,
Weekend,
like,
but
Yep.
That's any
If All Star
performer.
Weekend fall and she got her cycle, she gonna figure something out.
Yeah, I'm
like,
not saying-
some of them be
there's
hungry.
there's some droughts on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
That's any performer, right?
Yeah,
True.
So like
That's true.
A comedy show, if don't nobody show up, like
Yeah.
nigga ain't
But
get
see, okay, all right, let's compare the two then. How does a comedian work? You're more familiar with that. You don't pay for your spot on the mic, or you do pay for your spot on the mic?
Nah, you don't.
No, you don't pay for. But you're responsible for bringing so many.
Not necessarily. It,
Tickets, selling
it
some
depends on the
It
situation.
depends. Oh, okay.
So, like, say when you start out in stand-up comedy, the first thing you want to do is do open mics. You know, you want to go to a place that's going to give you a chance to just get up there.
So that's amateur night for the stripper.
Yeah, it's like okay, so so amateur night for the stripper is nothing but open mics. It's just amateur night could be any night of the week, depending on what club it is. But when it comes to like professional comedians, here's the thing: it's like a different. I don't know how weird this is to say, but the fact is that the stripper has to pay to show her pussy, while a comedian gets paid to be there to sling jokes. Like it's both entertainment.
Yeah,
You're both going to
and it's
see
both
them because
vulnerable.
they're that person.
I do
But-
feel like there are
different
paid
model.
rooms for comedians.
No, it's not. It's not.
I've heard it.
What pay?
I've heard comedians say that.
Yeah, but not. I wouldn't say more so in today. More so in today, right now.
Or who knows?
In today, right now. Like, don't get me wrong. Back in the day, you had like think about like how musicians. They when we were coming up, when we in our 20s, I remember when I hit the scene, I was hearing so much about musicians having to pay for a spot to showcase their work. So a person was making hand over fist on these niggas. So they were the dude would charge $5 to $10 to get in, and then they'll charge the musician $10 to $20, maybe $30 to perform their 2 to 3 songs.
Okay.
So they're making money at the door and on the musicians themselves. The funny part is that you need them for people to show up.
But also the musician needs it. They prey on that, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. So it's like
It's like a parasite. You know,
it is a parasite. It's like like say me being a photographer, a source say a magazine would contact me and be like, hey, we'd love to feature you in our magazine. It'll cost you $40 to get featured in our magazine. And then on top of that, you're charging other people to read the magazine. And that's something that used to happen in the past. I remember the last time I got hit up on that, I went off on the motherfuckers. I was like, it's a disgrace that you're charging me to be featured in your magazine while charging someone else to read what your little pre fucking questionnaire ass interview. Like, that shit pissed me off.
And that's why America hates resellers.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
the
funny.
middleman.
So there are some academic journals.
You fucking Jordan selling bastards.
There's some academic journals that, they're not like the more prestigious or the ones people actually go to. But for years, I would get these emails. Oh, we would love for you to publish in our journal. And then you start reading through and it's like, $300, $100, $250 to get your article in our journal. And the thing is, that's not how it works in reputable, like peer reviewed journals. You just submit a manuscript and then it gets.
You shouldn't have to pay.
Right?
You shouldn't have to get paid to feature in somebody's
and
publication, especially when you're selling a publication. So that means you're not making money.
Yeah, and it's the crazy part. And then it'll be random ones. Like, I never did nothing in biology or chemistry, but they'll still be like, oh, we got this biochemistry international SOX journal. How about you publish something with us? And you pay the money to get your article here. I'm like, yo, this must it's like spam.
Yeah. So I'm, personally, I don't know. It's I don't think they're doing that with comedy, at least not here in Atlanta, because I haven't been to a spot where they've charged me to get on stage.
On the stage, yeah.
Because I've
heard comedians having to sell tickets. I have heard that you got to sell so many tickets and you got to make the difference.
Again, it really depends.
You got to pay the difference out your pocket or out your whatever your thing is.
I remember that back in the day. Just when I was around musicians. That same type of model. Now, I can't really speak for that now because I haven't, ever since I've gotten back on stage, I haven't encountered that. And personally, I'm not paying nobody to be on their stage, and then they charge all these people to come in. You still needed someone like me in order to bring people in here. This is an interest now. Right. How you going to charge me for interest that I help you build? Like, you want me to advertise for you? Want me to do all the work that you're not willing to do?
I might as well just do it at the crib.
You need me. Yeah. And, as a person who's working hard at being a content creator, you have to understand, like, everything that you put out in this world.
No, I understand it.
Everything you put out in this world, especially when it's unique to you, you need to realize that that's ownership. Mm-hmm. You can never just give it up to people. I've already dealt with people trying to take ownership of something that I've created. That's even before. And then instead of saying, hey, we'll pay for this ownership, they try to sneak the ownership. They try to say,
try to finesse their way into
it. It's like a right to work contract. I remember the last time I encountered that was an author. And so basically I negotiated with the author on the rate. So, I'm not factoring in licensing, ownership or nothing in the rate. It's just me showing up and filming, and I gave a very decent rate, something that I was comfortable with. Wasn't, nothing too out of pocket. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to break her. So she was like, I'm going to put you on my agent or publicist. There you go, publicist. And the publicist is throwing bullshit at me, trying to get me to sign what is called a right to, it's kind of, I think not a right, it's either a right to work agreement or some type of.
That's what Georgia is, though.
It's basically you're working under them.
Oh, so you're working you can't be independent.
Yeah, when you're on their time, when they're paying you to be an employee temporarily. I forgot what it's called. I don't know why it slips me right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but so like say when I do a job, I shot for the Atlanta Hawks. I did a draft party and I did something else. They did like 1 million meals. So the agreement I had with them was one of those something employee thing. It's something right to something. I don't know why it's slipping my mind, but the time they pay me for the licensing and all that stuff because anything I create while I'm there on their time belongs to them. But they pay you. But they pay you for it. So this lady comes in right behind the author who negotiates the rate and starts demanding all this stuff. And I was like, well, we didn't discuss that. Because I would have given an entirely different price if you wanted to own my photos, my video. But the thing is, she thought the play was going to work for her.
Oh, it
It
didn't.
didn't. No, it did not.
It works for a lot of people in a lot of industries.
And I'm gonna tell you like this.
It's all about what you don't know. People have made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of what the next man didn't know.
Yeah, but
it's
his pettiness behind me the day of the thing, and this is at a time where I could have used that money. Like I was like, ugh, I kind of need to. I need to put something in the coffer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the day of, I was like, look, if you want me to do it,
nigga Dave Chappelle.
yeah. I'm like the day of. They were like, you
Smart.
still haven't signed the contract. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to, because we didn't discuss this, and you're trying to force me to do it.
Right.
And here we are the day of, and you still at. So you know what? Here's the new per hour price, because originally I charged them $150 an hour. And it was a 4-hour gig, you know, and then on top of that, back end editing, all that whatnot. So that's not with ownership. That's me showing up with my equipment, you know, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Now, if you want ownership, guess what you got to do? You're not just paying. You're paying me as an operator, but now you're renting my equipment. So now you got to pay the rental for my equipment, because when you have this type of agreement, I'm supposed to be working under your equipment. So if you're not renting my equipment, I'm working on mine. How do you get ownership? So people try to get you like that.
Yeah.
Like one thing as a photographer, if you're not paying me the money for the licensing, no, you can't have it. No, you can't have it. And enough people don't, and that's what I see with a lot of people when they sign these agreements and stuff.
They're just happy for the opportunity.
So happy to either be on TV, for someone to see them go, hey, they making money off that, hey, goddamn. Like, for real.
As a creator.
It's just ignorance.
Yeah. Or just as a creator or an artist.
Nigga gotta learn.
And you're starting out. And you literally starting out. Now, this is the exposure ideology that artists hate. Is there a position that you should, take advantage of if you got nothing? You got very few followers. You haven't sold too much of your creation. You don't have a track record, but you have something. Isn't there something to put yourself in an environment to where a lot of people get access to you?
Yeah,
for free, like you're doing it pro bono.
Okay, so as a photographer over 10 years doing it now, I still remember my early days. And
if you was to advise a young photographer coming up with nothing,
if I was advising a young photographer with nothing, the first thing I suggest you do is seek out a legit mentor.
You're their mentor.
I mean, maybe.
What are you going to tell them?
Give them that schooling.
So first thing, you're going to do it my way. Like, and I hate to sound, it is what it is.
Okay, sensei.
Yeah. So
go wash my car for 3 hours.
Wax on, wax off.
That's what it means to be a mentor.
But thing is, here's the thing. I'm not gonna have you do no silly shit.
You gotta earn your stripes.
Wax off, clean my car, and nothing like that. No, nigga. Like
legit internships.
Yeah,
and
legit.
Shadowing.
To me, I had a mentee not too long ago, and it just fell off. Right. So I would give this person homework to do. Show me that this is what you care about. I remember when I bought my masterclass subscription, I was like, yo, do this masterclass, do these two masterclass, because I had COVID. And I was like, if you have COVID, that means you're at home. These two masterclass, one is 2.5 hours, the other one is 3.5 hours. Do these two masterclass that I've already done. And you will get a better understanding on the things I'm trying to teach you and the things I'm trying to
do what?
Hold on real quick.
Yeah. Come on back now.
A little commercial break.
I'm sorry, there was some chocolate in the room.
But
Sweet self.
Here you go about her kneecaps again.
Yeah. Got that right. So I guess what I'm saying is I lost my fucking.
But yeah, so but how are you gonna get if they come to you and say, hey, I bought a camera, I've done my research, I've done a few reps. I think I'm ready to make some money. How do I get to my first paid gig?
I hate to tell you, the first thing
nobody knows them from Adam. They barely got followers on Instagram.
I hate to tell you, the first thing you gonna do is you have to build your portfolio.
How do you do that?
And it's like anyone. You have to find what you want to take pictures of. So as just like a musician, you have all these different genres, all these different instruments that you can play or make music on. As a photographer, you have all your different subjects, all your different types of cameras, all your different tools, all your different mediums that you can produce this on. So it's the same way. Like me, I'm a film photographer. That's like one of my specialties. I can shoot with a film camera
and portraits.
So if you was my mentee, the first thing I'm gonna do is knock that digital camera out your hand and put a film camera in your hand. Because as a person who picked up a film camera, maybe 3 years into learning to be a photographer, it was the life changing that I wish I had at the beginning. Because it puts you in a whole different mode when you're being a photographer. It's a whole different way of learning. Because one thing I see with the new kids on the block, or the least ones who's trying to make a name for themselves, is when they take a picture, the first thing they do is want to look at it. They just
like it's a phone. Yeah.
So if I put you on a film camera, not only can you not look at it,
you gotta be focusing on
you have to trust. You have to learn to trust yourself and trust your eye. Develop your eye. Develop your ability to see light in different shades. So I know at certain times of the day, in certain settings, this is what, I have the experience to know these are the numbers, or this is the math that I need to calculate.
Bruh.
What?
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead and say that.
This is definitely a tangent, because how did we get here?
My bad.
No, nigga, we landed.
That's the point.
That's what we landed.
How did we get here from?
Some social issues. I know. I wanted to talk about Brittany Griner.
That's it.
Now, the WNBA player that's being detained in Russia.
Well, I thought Brittany Renner was that little.
No, not Brittany Renner. Brittany Griner.
Oh,
Griner with a G.
I had him.
She about 2 feet. She about 2 feet taller.
Oh,
this one.
3 feet taller. Nigga.
She a big.
We talking about her. That's why I was on Instagram looking at her page.
She like, man, she's too pretty to be.
She dunking on grown niggas.
Yeah.
No, but isn't that she dunking on like grown niggas at the college gym?
But I'm saying, but they still tall. Like tall is tall now.
Yeah, no. She tall.
That's what I'm saying.
She
but like, she's dunking
man.
on fools, and it's just it's a wrap.
She dunking on me.
Oh yeah, she dunking on me all day. Ain't nothing I can do.
But it's because she's tall. It's because she's tall.
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm not saying, dude.
Most people don't because they tall.
I don't look at nobody in WNBA and go, I could beat them.
Oh, okay.
Like,
good.
I don't even think I could beat. I don't think I could beat a college player. I can't beat a middle school player. I can't beat a middle school girl player. So I'm not even. Not right now.
His voice cracking.
Like, my shin splints.
I'm like, damn, she sent me out my sandals.
I can, but I'm definitely getting the flagrant one.
Yeah. I'm gonna be pushing them into the ground. You ain't gonna shake me out my ankles again.
Yeah.
Nah, but she we were talking about like just caring about like with her, of course social media just brings out the worst in people.
Man.
When she got caught up, somebody wrote, this is a obvious showcase of how no one cares about black women.
Also I think social media allows people to be very flamboyant and hyperbolic.
Yeah.
And people will take it serious versus when you're in person with them, they would have to immediately explain. They would have to give justification
you would have
to their words.
Because what the fuck you want us to do? Yeah. She got caught in Russia.
Yeah. So what's the details? Because it does kind of seem like, it's like the joke that black comics always says, like, yo, if you black and you get taken overseas and they call for like the ransom shit, they're gonna hang up the phone. We're seeing that in real life, like right now.
All right, so
but she got the same amount of coverage that ASAP Rocky did.
That's true.
Oh, when he got caught up in
some and not a lot. No, some and not a lot. That's exactly.
And then did ASAP Rocky get like some push from like some important people to kind of help him out, or like,
no? He was just in a nice prison. He was a nice ass prison.
No.
Because some one of their nationals over there in one of those stone street ass countries in Europe was messing with him.
Oh,
and they fought back. That's all.
Yeah, but she got all right. So with Brittany Griner, she got caught up. They said she had cannabis oil or hashish oil in her bag.
She had one of those pipes, one of those electric.
One of those vapes.
Vapes.
There you go. And they caught that in her bag. She was leaving. She was trying to get the fuck out of there.
Oh, so she.
And see, my question is that's my question. I don't think she bought it there. I think she came in, and I think it's a situation. It's an opportunity. It's a situation of opportunity where it's like, yeah, we need some leverage. We need some negotiating leverage.
And they took a black woman.
So now they're.
And then I think after they did that, they was like, wait a minute. They hung up the phone twice. They not answering our emails back.
This ain't Natalie Holloway, nigga.
They had 3 dots on
They ain't even protesting. Like, what's going on? I thought they like,
they were protesting on what's the little?
It was like 5 people outside of Phillips Arena.
All right.
No, it was some change.orgs with like 10,000 signatures.
Yeah. I agree. I don't think it's enough uproar, but
also it's ironic because
But it's like, what do you want us to do though?
But again, it's about, I think, well, forget about people trying to build awareness, because people want to say things. So if people already want to reinforce, like you said, the assumption of a lack of protection for a vulnerable group, they will use that. If people want to be for cannabis stuff, they'll say, wow, this is crazy. She got hemmed up over something that's illegal in like 10, 12 states or 20 states in America. And so it's about what you want to use it for. If somebody wants to use it regarding women's sports or athletes in general.
Yeah, it's always an agenda.
Now, this is one thing that has been on my mind. Mm-hmm. How quickly these women abandoned Will Smith for the same shit, for defending his black woman.
Well, I saw a lot of women actually lean in and support him, but the overwhelming, I think,
support him.
Like
how? Are you gonna give him money?
Whatever they,
I mean,
they moonwalked on his ass.
Can you support somebody like Will Smith? I mean, come on, air quotes support
so
him. Like they came out
care, quote unquote.
No, they
I
came.
still support Will Smith.
Came
I
out.
want Will Smith to come back. I
Me
hope Will
too.
Smith come
I
back
hope
and
he
say
come back.
nigga.
Oh no,
My
but
bad.
look, Bad Boys 4 is going to be very anticipated.
I do not want to see another Bad Boys. We need to go ahead and dead that.
I mean, I watch another Bad Boy.
No, okay.
They have to turn over the reins.
No. I'm gonna say it. I'm a motherfucker say it.
Unfortunately, they have to turn over the reins for the IP to continue with the new generation.
They need to stop.
No, but it's
Bad
about
Boys
money.
needs to stop.
It's
It needs to
about
stop.
money.
Look how many Fast and Furious they got. Give us another Bad Boy.
Exactly.
We shouldn't have that many Fast and the Furious. But why are we on Fast 9?
Because they made $1 billion. That's why.
Why
They're
are
on
they
10
driving
now.
cars
They're
in
on 10.
space? Is all I'm saying.
Because of $1 billion.
These niggas drove a car from one skyscraper to another. How did it get to that level?
Because of $1 billion.
$1 billion?
It went from $600 million to making them $1 billion, and then the other one made like $1 billion.
Why is nobody taking down these rich billionaires in real life like this? Where is this criminal sitting here?
Ain't nobody family that strong.
And why is Tyrese paying somebody?
Everybody family ain't together. Y'all fighting over, this and that. And $20 you owe me
What
from
a gravelly voice is all about.
Yeah, somebody stole my pumpkin filling, and
they driving Hellcats out of spaceships, and y'all like, you ain't give me that 25 back that you bet
All I'm
against
saying
Golden
is,
State
I'm
that week.
tired of niggas being able to drive cars good. And then they always meet a nigga who can drive cars better than all of them.
Yeah.
Except Dumb, who was like, all right, well, you a challenge. Oh, fucking Rocky and Bullwinkle ass shit. Come on, man.
we grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. I feel like we should not shit on shows that have power levels increase every.
That's fine.
Goddamn.
Let's go back to nobody caring about the giant woman that's being held for some bogus shit.
Yeah, they trying to.
we got off that shit quick.
Real quick. You know
See
what
what I mean?
Why?
You know,
'Cause
you
we
see what I mean?
we don't
We don't
protect
protect-
our women. That's
No,
why.
and
all of you all are
obviously
awful.
that's
more so.
hyperbolic.
It's,
Obviously,
it's more so. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, we couldn't.
You want me to call my congressman because he ain't picking up the phone anyway?
we can make a lot more noise than 5 people outside of Phillips Arena
That's
with a
all-
petition.
All I'm saying
with a
is,
petition
as
pamphlet.
of right now, they're trying to trade her.
What?
They're trying to trade her on some NBA draft shit. They're trying to trade her for one of the prisoners that we have. And guess it's this dude. Y'all remember the movie Lord of War?
Yeah.
With Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
The dude that's based off of. They trying to trade for her. His name is Victor Bout.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh,
Legit.
Mr. Bowdy Bowdy.
Mr. Bout.
I love my black women, but
They
we gonna
call
work.
this
We
nigga
gonna
the
fuck
merchant
with
of death.
We working on some things. We crunching some numbers. We want to work with y'all, but this is a steep deal. It's a steep
but
deal.
the thing is, what's crazy enough? He gets out in another 10 years.
Yeah.
So they
So
just
then we should go ahead then. We already got, you know what I'm saying?
they trying to kill that nigga in prison. They trying to let that nigga out.
We can send us a couple of, white boys in civilian clothes over there to take care of the thing.
Is he Russian, or is the Russians want him?
No, he's Russian.
Okay.
He's like he's Russian.
Oh, okay.
He's like I think a former Russian national or something, a Ukrainian or something. I think he was a Ukrainian in the movie. I think he's Russian in real life.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like genetically.
So, they trading for him, so unless they try to get him back, they're like, we want to know what you said to them.
But you know,
We gonna kill. Like, what if they just get them back to kill them?
Then that becomes political.
We gonna kill you.
We gonna kill you when you get back. We told you we was gonna get you, Mr. Bout.
That nigga in the
Come on, that
nigga in jail like, nah, bro.
please don't trade me for that bitch. Just let me stay here.
I'm good.
That nigga like, let me stay here.
I'm good. He like,
You already gonna deport me in 10 years.
He's like, come on, she's black.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
Well, again, but are we not also just politicizing
Russians
something
are
that's
racist
like
against black
this is an
Super.
athlete
They're
versus
racist
a
against
war
everything.
criminal? Why would we give up a war criminal for an athlete?
yeah, it's a
period?
terrible deal. But I mean, we already got some years on him. You know,
But that's not-
we could slip something in his drink on the last night, something in his PB&J, and then he go home and you know
That's not how that's gonna work.
he gets 6 more months.
We're gonna feed that nigga some crystals.
With some sapphire.
Yeah, that's when them crystals wings that'll take him out.
Ooh.
Them crystals wings will take him out.
And some Taco Bell at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hell yeah.
Why y'all
Lot-
bringing up
extra
childhood,
sour
the
cream.
delicacies?
And the fire sauce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That'll take him out.
Y'all gross.
But I do think more can be done, and I
Yeah,
do,
but
and
yeah,
I do,
but
and I
also,
do think
what's the
there's a
difference?
noticeable lack of give a fuck.
But what's the difference between, because the reality is that it's one thing to say I care, it's another thing to say I do. So like
Right.
even as an individual, would you want 100 people to care about you or 10 people to do for you? You know what I mean? Like the reality is that you can hashtag because it's easy and yet you're building quote momentum for something. True. But to hashtag we should clean up and recycle versus getting a fucking recycling bin
Right.
and picking up bottles.
Right. Or organizing a
That-
recycling program in your community. Yeah.
But
yeah.
but you only got X amount of times in the day, so you spend all week
Nigga,
recycling, and then somebody says, "Well, what about the animals? You
Come on,
selfish son of a bitch."
Come
But
on.
ain't, fuck them.
I
Yeah.
already donate $2 when I go to Publix.
I don't do that shit.
I don't do
Fuck
that shit. Yeah. I don't
what more do
bureaucratic
you
How
want?
ass.
dare you, like
What
a
more
homeless
do
dude
you want
outside,
from me?
ask me for money when I'm
Maybe
about
it's
to pull
not
out
you.
my
Oh, you
wallet.
mean
You're
no.
doing yours. You're doing your part.
What more do you want from me?
These assholes over here.
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
I help people. Hell, the hell with that.
I'm talking about I done overpay for my eggs and bread, and they talking about you want to donate to Who Gives a Fuck campaign, and I'm like, no, I don't.
You know
no,
what tri- you know what
because you know what that's gonna go to y'all light bill. You ain't playing me. No,
You know what tripped me out is that if you do donate, they put your little name on them pieces of paper.
man.
You wasting paper.
They only
For
did
this
this.
fuck. I
they
guess
only
it's
did
always
this.
a cost.
They buy it in bulk.
Gotta
They
spend
buy it
money
in
to
bulk.
make money,
Yeah.
face ass.
Some people like the recognition, and that's why they get the little things.
It's
in the
really
mail.
peer pressure.
Yeah.
They're like, damn.
Yeah, because they be like, "Do you want to
yeah.
donate?"
That's
at the
really
last
what it is. I
second
look 'em
right
dead in
now?
their eye.
You got 5 seconds.
It is crazy. Sometimes I'll feel it. Sometimes I won't. Like around the holidays or something. Like, oh, you motherfucker. And if I go there and get just snacks, I'm like, oh well.
Dude, I am now guilt free. From
I don't know.
donating
The Salvation Army, Santa Claus.
This nigga don't care about
I
kids.
ain't got nothing for him.
No, but
Yeah,
they
I
kind
never
of get me
stopped.
because
No,
they'll start
that's-
ringing the bell
no.
loud when you say
I don't
no.
give a
never
damn.
stop.
Dude, he drunk. You think he ain't drunk? You think a nigga ringing the bell in front of Kroger don't have some type of substance abuse problem? Are you serious? This
He's
nigga
not
probably
drunk right then. Maybe
nigga, he got a
later.
flask in that front
Please
right
leave the
pocket.
Santa
Get
Claus
fuck
alone.
out of-
But it's mainly
Santa
food.
Claus, that nigga named Jesse. Get the fuck out of here.
But it's mainly
Jesse
food.
got a substance abuse problem. He on parole. He got an ankle bracelet under the goddamn.
And they know where he at. That's
Fuck outta
perfect.
here. That's
They know
community
exactly where
motherfucking
he-
service. They're like, we gonna count them dollars at the end of the night. We gon-
He don't got the key to that.
Whatever, nigga. They stripped Jesse at the end of the night.
He don't got the key to that bucket.
Yeah,
You know he ain't got the key to that bucket.
Hold on. Who's? So you be like,
There's somebody sitting in the
He like,
Cadillac
I'll
in the
put it-
front
hold on,
parking
hold on.
lot.
He be like,
Right.
yeah, I'll put it in there.
Yeah, they give him the bucket with the lock on it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
They don't give him the key.
It's like, nah, you gotta call
He
somebody.
got to bring the.
First of
bucket
all,
back.
Jesse been in jail, so Jesse know how to like move letters and shit. So you think this nigga don't know? This nigga ain't spend enough time to know how to pick a dollar out of a sewer?
They
Come on.
technically say, sir, you cannot hand him the money. You must put it in the jar yourself. Please do not hand
This
Jesse
is
the
COVID
money.
protocol.
Yeah,
They were like, right,
Jesse be
right,
like, yeah, don't hand me the money. I'm a thief.
right. Yeah, no, I mean, but they just start ringing that bell real fast when you say no, and I'm like, man, come on.
I don't like. It's actually too
Y'all
much in
let
my
them
face.
guilt you.
I know,
I mean, they don't get. I'm cheap, so they don't get me.
They don't-
But
they don't guilt
Ironically,
me.
when they're too much in my face, I feel like it's easier for
I
me
be
to
like,
say
shit,
no.
I'm broke too.
I'm we out here too. So, but yeah,
Like I need a can. I don't eat
I
cans.
just got people that care about me. I'm sorry.
I think it is important though.
Pretty much.
When you teach people, if you're going to say no, especially like let's say somebody asking for money on the street,
Yeah.
look them dead in the eye, and if you
Yeah.
feel something, fine, feel that shit.
I don't.
And no, in general, like if you feel, because some people are like, no, and turn, their eyes looking all on the ground and shit. Like, no, look them dead in the eye and say no. I do. And feel that shit in your chest.
You gotta say it with that in your voice. No.
I'm not gonna lie.
No.
As a person,
Get a job.
But think it's not even about that.
I wouldn't say that.
But,
I know that.
But you know what? Right now, at this point in time, I can say that and feel confident because this is the one time where there are nothing but jobs open. And if
somebody want them damn jobs.
First of all, okay, are you homeless on the street and then you can go to making $14 an hour and being able to?
But that's what I'm saying. They probably want. And there's a lot of things though that are
a lot of barriers.
Episode
There's a lot of barriers.
It's a Squidbillies episode on that.
Yeah, I know exactly.
That nigga said he tired of the Mexicans coming over here taking our jobs, except for the jobs that we won't do. Exactly. And then he just named every single job that now nigga wanted to do.
And that's a large swath of the opportunities right now. Yeah. And it's like, and the thing is, it's not so much. It's so much as simple as saying, "Oh, you too good to work for this." Da-da-da. A lot of people with the cost of living in the United States, they cannot afford to physically be at a company for 8 hours of their day. Mm-hmm. They can't even afford to make it there and make it back home.
And child support.
And child support and eat. And all the fixings that it is to be an American, because everything costs in this country. Yeah. Hell, I'm still waiting for that carbon tax to hit. They're gonna start charging us to breathe in a minute, And it's like
they waiting,
everything.
Or at least Al Gore waiting.
And so you're gonna tax literally the shit coming out my ass, and then sit up there and say work for $8 an hour. No, nigga, no. And slavery's over.
And sadly, sometimes not showing up to an employer's place of work. And I hate saying people not working. But not showing up to an employer's place of work, you can make more money. By not doing it. So then it's like the smarter actual thing. And some last year,
have a couple of babies.
Yeah, last year.
no, really. Last year when some people had to go into unemployment, the sad part was that their weekly and the monthly was more than what they were making a month.
Definitely a factor for me. Okay. So
allegedly,
I would get that unemployment check, and it would be more than my 2-week paid check. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was getting that shit weekly, and I was like, "What in the fuck?"
And so obviously, it's unrealistic to say every company, because companies when they're starting out, their margins are so tight. Especially if it's like restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah, take them out the
So we're not going to say everybody get $15 an hour, period. Which, a living wage of $15 an hour is probably, that's necessary.
The sad part, though, the whole point of being rich is that there's poor people. So if you do $15 an hour, all of a sudden, there's no more 99-cent menus. All of a sudden, it's a $5
Exactly.
menu.
It's a rippling effect. Yeah. But what you
I'm not saying not to do it, but I hate that reality that some people are like, oh, wait. Oh, they making 15 now?
That's capitalism.
Okay, so
but what you can do is the word slipping me, but you can circumvent it a little bit by offering better off time opportunities for people.
The company themselves?
Yeah, more flexible hours. Yeah. Transportation discounts. Like if you do a partnership, they always do bogus ass partnerships. Like you can get free Hulu if you work here. Hulu barely got shit. That ain't gonna help me get milk.
Hold on, Hulu got a lot, but
they got Atlanta. That's it. They got Atlanta, and that's it.
They got
Atlanta.
Law and Order.
They got everything.
Law and Order. Family Guy.
It ain't no work. Look, pay me. Fuck Hulu, or give me some coupons or something.
I'm not fighting you on it.
And that's the thing. It's just like if you can't afford to make life easy. And I always tell my family business, the cleaning business. That's like you're getting that kind of that access of worker, right? Mm-hmm. And the turnover rate is higher. Our turnover rate very low because we actually we try to make it as comfortable and as feasible as possible. It also helps that Grady actually enforce things to where it is a minimum wage of $15.15, an hour. Like they're like, you're not going to spend 8 hours and not be able to live. And that's good. And they can afford to do that. But I don't expect the Rib Shack down the street to do that, but you can do something else. If the owner got a truck, hey, hop in your truck and take your people home. They shouldn't be catching a bus if you can't afford to,
Yeah, they shouldn't be walking home.
And the thing is, it was a recent book that were featured on The Daily Show. They were talking about if we shift to a 4-day work week, then ironically, it actually might. what was that? Oh, it might help the economy because if you think about it, if you only work 4 days, now you have all day Friday to spend money.
Yeah.
And so some people will be willing to take a pay cut, not exactly a 20% cut, but some people will be willing to take a 10% cut to get Friday off. And all of a sudden, with Friday off, people going to spend money, right? And of course, you have quality of life. You're more prepared for Monday. People will grind out on Wednesday because now Thursday is the last day. And so, what do y'all think about the idea of
100%.
making the workday become normalized? And of course, you got night shifts and all that stuff, but the normal workday being Monday through Thursday instead of Monday to Friday.
I mean, it's seen to work in other countries.
Yeah, and it's closer. It's closer to balance. I mean, good work-life balance it makes you more motivated, more productive. Period.
I think that corporate America has created like a mental illness amongst American workers.
Yeah,
because it's asked a lot out of a lot of people. Like I remember in my early 20s coming up, I was getting the best job I was getting was like starting at $11 an hour.
Yeah,
and people were like, "You should move out." I'm like, "And afford what?"
Right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, this is a 40-hour job, 40-hour a week job.
Yeah,
and that paycheck over every 2 weeks, as you take out taxes.
Yeah, I say it's not really 11 hours.
You take out taxes. I may have a little insurance. Insurance was like $70 a month.
Yeah.
That's the good old days. And now my check is like $713 every 2 weeks. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Who can afford to live in an apartment on that? Like literally maybe like one paycheck and another part of the other paycheck goes to my rent.
Oh, but you can live in an apartment off that.
I don't live off ramen noodles,
but you have
bro.
to. But yeah, I was like, you got to live 3 hours outside the city.
Yeah.
And you can't be actually near your damn job.
So I remember when I lost a job, right? And I went to the unemployment office to get work, and the jobs they would give you, and I'm talking about this utter bullshit. So this is me living in Lithonia at the time. These niggas were, like, well, we got a job for you in Alpharetta, Georgia. Alpharetta, Georgia.
Bruh.
Guess how much that bitch paid? $9 an hour. So you think I'm gonna travel every day from Lithonia up?
It's offensive.
It's costing me money.
It's costing
Yeah,
me. I'm technically not barely making much of no money.
And the irony is
travel here
that
every
people
day.
who worked at that Alpharetta job, they don't live in Alpharetta.
Nope.
They don't live there.
They can't afford.
They live in Lithonia. They live past Lithonia.
Yep. And Kanye.
Like it's probably I would have to get a bus pass
And
probably
still
save
and travel
money.
for an hour and a half one way.
one way. So I had to get up early just to save another $40-$50 a fucking week.
And then so then you try to get legislation put through to help you out, get a living wage, and you call lazy. It's like, yo, this country gonna wait.
Like,
COVID did a lot of humbling, but it's a little bit more humbling that need to happen. Like,
Because some of those politicians will say, well, I worked this kind of job when I was a teenager and it was fine. It's like, well,
yeah, and
that's
the cost
cool.
of living was different.
Yeah, it's cool, but like there are grown folks who have to have this job at this fast food
Exactly.
joint.
Exactly.
Like
They need a job. Like,
for real. There's only a few times I've been to fast food joints where everyone seemed like they were 16.
right.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Chick-fil-A good for it though.
Nigga, I'd be like, shit, nigga, why you ain't stay there
them
then?
motherfuckers be in college. Fuck that.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm saying? If the job was so good,
Well, like
why
them
you
ice
ain't stay there?
creams.
Why you here now?
Because they closed the factory. They closed the building.
Yeah, it used to be a large sector of opportunities where you were making a good living and it offered like long-term benefits and packages in the country in the company to where you could send your kids to college, you can purchase homes and and you got major, now it's like we can give you a Hulu subscription. Like, yeah, that shit ain't helping.
So with that being said, we're talking about like the fact that a lot of Americans can't. It's hard to make money.
Yeah.
And recently, you hear that?
Oh, it's TV upstairs.
Hold on.
That's crazy. The mic picked up everything. Yeah. Oh, he gonna go regulate. He gonna go kiss them toes.
Leave them kneecaps alone.
He gonna go up there and be like, I'm trying to fucking podcast downstairs. You doing all this shit. I'm the man. You do what I say. Damn, my nigga talking.
And you gonna come back down here. Hey man, y'all gotta go home.
Give me some love.
No. Then she gonna come back downstairs. and she gonna be like, y'all need to leave. And I'm like, well, all right, we
Now.
we gotta go.
Yeah.
But what were you saying?
Yeah. Anyway, so as a recent, the black community suffered a loss.
Oh man,
He suffered a loss in a man named Kevin Samuels.
I think about Lil Reed. Okay.
Uncle.
I don't even know who the fuck that is. Who the fuck is a Little Reed? Is that a singer?
No, he's part of.
I bet he got tattoos on his face.
Local Memphis artist.
Okay, maybe like 2, but
I don't even know who this nigga is, and I know he got tattoos on his face. He died?
Yeah, he's part of that.
What did he die from?
The Young Thug record label. He's one of the ones who didn't get indicted.
Oh, so what did he die from?
Sudden death.
Really?
Well, okay. You sure he wasn't? Anyway,
He wasn't arrested.
This Rico joint. This is interesting. Like I
Might have just been a witness.
yeah.
possibly, but
I don't want to speak.
I don't want to speak on that either. Not on the artist.
Hell, it could have been suicide.
Let's get back.
You
So
know what I mean?
so Kevin Samuel.
Now, how did he pass? Like, what was I heard? Heart attack,
said
right?
he had
Which
a
is
heart
crazy.
attack.
But he like 56.
He was putting in that work.
I saw
That
some
Blue Chew
report-
got him.
I guess so. I saw some reports that
He's
shut
56,
up, Mike.
man. That's crazy. That's sad.
Well,
That's sad.
so the woman that found him was fine as hell. So
Yeah, she was
so,
bad.
yeah,
boy.
so it's a theory, at least my theory.
No,
Yeah.
he was.
You don't even know what I'm about to say.
Oh, my bad. my bad.
It's my theory that she was sent to take that nigga out. She put that hot on him. He wasn't ready for that.
Oh, she was sunshine.
Hell yeah, sunshine, funshine. You know what I'm saying? Showed up in the air and make the world just brighter.
He did just meet her like the night before. She was new.
And then she reported his death. I'm not saying she did
That's
it,
some cold shit. If that's true,
but I'm saying
that's some cold
it's
shit.
cold.
You can't go to jail for giving.
Hey, I'm gonna be a
pussy.
feminist tomorrow if that's
No,
true.
of course you can. It's the perfect crime.
It's the perfect.
It's the perfect crime.
It's a perfect crime.
He gave that nigga a heart
Yeah,
attack.
as long
to
as
the
he wasn't drugged. But
He's like, who could we send to Kevin Samuel's room and wear him out to the point of exhaustion?
was she like
to
young,
death?
like 20 or?
I don't know. I
she
think
not
she's like 31.
Oh, she's
She's
early
in the
30s.
30s.
I was just about to say early 30s.
But it's that part of the 30s where you like,
Yeah. You still
like
yeah.
the thing is, it's even you batter in my
Oh,
opinion.
Yeah, because now you got the experience
Like you got
with
the experience and your
Settled-
body.
it's settled in,
It's
yeah.
settled in, and your body's experience. Like it's like being
I don't know. I ain't seen it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she
you need to
look
pull
good.
her up,
You
like
need to-
man.
yes, ma'am.
But yeah,
So-
that's crazy. That's
But that's
not too far
but
from
sad-
possible either.
But sadly, for talking about like men's health and shit, like what was he doing? I know he's out here giving everybody advice, but what was he doing for himself to truly like be on some health shit? You know what I mean?
he was already suffering from health problems.
Yeah,
from what I saw.
he beat cancer a couple
Yeah.
times, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So he had.
he had
And he drank Red Bull every night.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
hell
know.
no.
Every
yeah,
night.
he wasn't-
Come on,
you
bro.
know, you mix that with Blue Chew, you bound to
He was
get caught up.
He wasn't trying to be here long. Now in blue. Why you keep on saying Blue Chew? You don't know what he took.
I mean, because I heard Blue Chew is the thing now. I don't
Yeah.
know. Is it the thing?
It's weirdly has a lot of YouTube commercials.
oh
yeah.
my god, it do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like it's
I
just
saw a YouTube commercial on YouTube.
Yeah.
Really?
yeah. Of course, it's YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey, watch YouTube. What the
You see
fuck you think
commercials
I'm
about
doing?
Fox on Fox. What? Check out our new lineup.
Very meta. Very meta.
Anyway, so with Kevin Samuel,
Kevin.
they are celebrating this nigga's death.
Yeah, which that's crazy.
Well, that's people who already hate on. Again,
Like,
it's easy to do so
but it's gross.
online. It's
It's
easy
gross.
to do. It is gross, but it's easy. It's hard to get dressed, show up to the wake, and then talk mess in front of his loved ones. But to just send to type, that's easy. And again, that's what social media does.
And it's just validating everything he was about, honestly.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you come out with that much hate and vitriol and you ain't take nothing away, you ain't get not nothing, you know, or just even just be like unbothered altogether. If you hated him that bad or you didn't agree with his content that bad, you should forget that it even happened. Like it should be old news.
Here's the thing: I wasn't a fan of the guy.
Yeah,
like I didn't follow. I didn't look at it. He's
Vivica
like
Fox
Steve Harvey. I'm
says-
like, yeah, you saying some shit, but don't,
yeah, like I said,
pertain to me.
It's
Fox
60-40
says
for me.
Kevin Samuel's death is karma for comments
Yes.
about black women.
Who said that? Vivica Fox.
Yeah, Vivica Fox.
Man, and she looked like a plastic doll of herself.
Yeah.
Like she looked like
She looked
somebody.
like
Well,
bomb.
no, I don't see why y'all go after her looks because she has an opinion. Come on now.
No.
I mean, he
What I'm saying,
you got a point, but her opinion's
I feel
trash
you.
and her face looks terrible too.
Oh,
Both of them exist
come
at the
on.
same time.
Let me see. Should I type in girl or just
I guess what I'm saying is in the way that he talks about the things that he talk about, she lent herself to that. So so here's the thing: why would you do that to yourself? What are you trying to maintain here?
Yeah.
Like this, like you have a person who legit did not want to look their age. Now you have someone who looks like they're surprised
Who
at all
you know,
times.
you know, the rumor was that she was that person moving through the industry when she was a young woman, chasing the dollar, chasing opportunity.
But she don't even, like,
you know,
But that was part of the.
she looked like she's always seeing a ghost. That's
and
what
it's
she looks to
crazy
me.
because Kevin Samuels, my beef with him and why I slowed down watching his content towards the end there was never the basis of it, because the basis of it was just, it was what it was. If you're materialistic, meet the material standards of what you're trying to pursue. That was it.
I will admit,
he was not
I scrolled through like some of his stuff, and I'll talk after you because you actually watch it. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was pretty much it. Finish your thought.
Yeah, one thing I didn't like, and like you said, that's a general approach, which of course doesn't win hearts over at the bar, right? Because clearly it doesn't. And also because it doesn't, it brings attention to your platform, which thus brings more people and also guys who need to hear it, in sales and all that shit.
Yep.
Like, of course, you have your extremes who get no pussy, so they love hearing it. And then guys who can sift through what he's talking about.
Right.
But one thing I didn't like when I was, I didn't watch too much, but I kind of strolled through like an hour of his stuff, like watch about 30 minutes. And one thing he did a lot of, it's not self-fulfilling prophecy when it's for yourself, but he did a lot of confirmation bias. So he'll say like a girl will start talking about something. He's like, oh well, what do you do? Oh well, I do this and that. That don't sound as fit as oh well, how old are you? Well, I'm 29. Oh, you're not that old. Well, are you right-handed, left-handed? Well, I'm left-handed. Well, you see, that's what we're talking
there's
about.
a problem.
See,
and then hear a dog barking in the background. I can't make this shit up. It's a dog in the background. I told you about the bitches with the dogs. And you're like, what? Huh?
Yeah. And it's like, oh, you own
I'm
the
sorry,
cat.
somebody just walked in with skinny jeans.
Yeah,
Oh my
you
God.
own a cat. Oh, okay. Well, see, and so I'll say that's my main thing is that he does that confirmation bias stuff.
Yeah.
But in the idea of, like you said, if he's talking to a shallow person, he has what I think as decent coaching advice for a shallow
And if
woman.
it don't apply,
trying to
let it
go-
fly. Like,
trying to go
but
somewhere.
the problem
But if
is,
you're trying to find a godly man and all that stuff, and you are a regular person who is who has regular emotions and regular breaking points, then of course he's not for you,
Right.
Because you're only tuning in because you know you're gonna say something wild.
Why are you, again, it's like say you're racist against someone and you know their whole bit. Like if you don't like someone but you know every movie they're in.
yeah.
Like why do you know any of this if you don't
Exactly.
like them? Because if I don't like you, I'm not gonna. That means I'm finding out information about you to slander you or come at you some type of way.
Shoot,
now I'm invested.
They care.
It low-key-
and that's the weird part.
It low key feel like haters are more loyal than supporters.
And that's the crazy. And that's why
They're the ones who pay attention. They love you,
And that's
But
why people give
hate-
shout outs to the haters. I hate that. I'm like, yo, you win an award. I want to
know?
shout out everyone who doubted me and blah, blah, blah. Like, why are you giving them a shout out? Because they gave more time.
But you know, like I say, with Kevin Samuels, in my opinion, you know, his content and his legacy and everything he stood for. I'm 60-40 on it, just like I was 60-40 on his content, where 60% was everything our grandparents said, everything, any respectful OG would tell you, but then 40% was him capitalizing off of low self-esteem,
No question.
delusion, you know, people having an identity crisis, having a life
I look
crisis.
at it like this: it's no different than Sports Center for me, because you having somebody who's interested in the topic. Because why are we so interested in hearing all this relationship advice that don't really lead you nowhere?
Right.
I mean, it holds truth in a.
He's talking about a 1% group of people. You know,
it holds truth in a particular regard. In a particular regard, if you don't reach any of these parameters, you need not worry about anything that he has to say. But thing is, and from just just checking him out, he went in on dudes equally, just as much as he went on men. And I heard this one clip of him explaining. He was like, "Look," he said, "women say they want this a high value man. They want this and that. They want someone to keep them comfortable."
He used that term a lot.
You know, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in alpha, beta, none of the fucking buzzwords you want to throw out.
Yeah.
But he says a high value man, meaning the person who's very comfortable, can take care of himself, and can possibly take care of another human being or human beings, i.e., a family, very easily. Now he's saying that, okay, if you want a man like that, And you want a man, say with most men are really settling because not a lot of women that they are meeting necessarily bring that same type of value to their relationship. And then the women who want that, they want a man who has that value, but they don't themselves have that value. So now you have men going, I don't want to settle no more. If we're going to be equal here, you need to have the same shit.
Yeah, you have women seeking those quote unquote high value men, and it's a little different with the definition of high value men. It wasn't even that man that could provide that lifestyle. It was a man that provided that lifestyle.
That's what I would think.
But according to Kevin's definition, it was he had to have a profile too.
Profile.
He used to use the term like he had LinkedIn exposure, something like that. Anyway,
it was so finite. It was only talking about entrepreneurs.
Again, so now we're just talking about a small.
But to go back to the type of women that would tune in, it was these women who were very high strung and very delusional.
The ones who would go to Atlanta clubs and sit with their friends, hoping somebody talk to them
with fake hair.
And they'll say they want the high value men, but then they also want it to be high value men. And they would like be competing. It was this adversarial energy, and he would feed off of that. That was his thing, like and it was just like
I thought it was entertainment. I thought it was like watching Housewives. Honestly, that's how I looked at the whole platform.
It definitely seemed that way because I said I only saw like a few things about them, but the women who even call in, you know what I mean? It's like, why would you even call in?
You know what's about to happen.
You know what's about to happen.
And it's like people who call in on the radio.
They just got something out of it, bro.
Like, just to hear a little something. Because you can pull. Because you can pull, like, he might trash you or say something for 20 minutes, but that woman who heard it said, oh, that's right. He did say that. Like, I can't. And I would say this myself. I jokingly say it in my 20s. Like, girl, how you say you want somebody who's tall and athletic, but you hate watching sports.
You know, like what you think the bro gonna be doing?
Or he gonna go to the gym.
You want a chick who look like an Instagram model, but you hate being with a chick who shows some skin. It's
right? Exactly. It's like knowing what you fish for. If you keep catching catfish, go to the ocean.
Like, I met you at the strip club, so you need not to strip no more. Come on.
Like, bro, like what are we even talking about? Like,
that's her job.
Yeah,
that's what you meant.
I thought there's a lot of delusion people in the world.
Well,
and Kevin kind of washed some of them out.
Just as much as we say women try to change men be trying to change women.
Oh,
100%.
Of course.
Like you can't.
I know, or is it so much change because they still be wanting that thought energy in the bedroom? It's more of they be wanting to like hide away, like they treat it like a Smeagol on Lord of the Rings. Like mine. I got it from the strip club. It's mine.
See, I ain't selfish. You can look, you just can't touch. Yeah, you can look because at some point she's not.
But some people don't even like the idea of like
they wanted to go inside and close the blinds.
Yeah, like why she got to be social. But
the thing is, I feel like that's
you need to go outside for.
Yeah, what you need to go outside. You went outside last week.
That's nothing but a level of fucking control or some
that base
some
scary,
narcissistic related syndrome.
What's that? Men who are insecure.
Yeah, very.
But it's just, here's the thing. I never understood insecurity because if you're worried about her cheating on you, why are you with her?
Why are you with her, man?
Why would I date a woman that I have to worry about cheating on me? I shouldn't be with her.
Yeah, that kind of stress.
If that's what we're doing,
that kind of stress would make me constipated.
Do you lock your doors to your car? I
get a hemorrhoid from that.
Man,
do you lock the doors to your car?
You do it because you love.
Why?
I don't know, I live in the West End of Atlanta.
and what does that mean? What does that mean for your vehicle outside?
I see a heroin addict walk up and down the street every day.
Exactly. I mean, I'm trying to make those.
No, I'm sorry. It's not heroin. It's crack. It's crack.
But sadly, some guys see it like that. They see it like, I gotta lock up my car because somebody.
Well, I always lock my car.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
I'm trying to like that insecurity. Like some guys will see their relationship as their car outside. And I need to lock it up because if I don't,
one way you ain't got to worry about your car getting stolen.
Yeah. So
one way you ain't got to worry about your car getting stolen. No, you drive a piece of shit. One thing you worry about a woman not getting stolen, date a piece of shit.
no, it's not even that.
It's both of them are not true. Yeah.
What I'm saying is
there's somebody for everybody.
If I'm dating a girl,
them the ones that dunking on everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Every time
that is very true. They the one giving the whole mailroom some.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm dating a chick. And I'm worried about her. Like, say she's like, I want to be a model, and I want to model in Paris one day. Mm-hmm. And now you get with her, and then she gets that job.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm about to go to Paris for like 3 weeks. And now you sitting there like, man, she probably gonna go in there and get dick down. by uncut Frenchman.
Her manager be in that other room. You know it.
So my thing
Playing
is,
tickets ain't free, Playboy.
if you believe, if you believe your girlfriend's gonna go over there and fuck somebody, you got a decision to make because because now you have a level of you do not trust her.
Yeah.
You don't.
It's already
You do not trust her to be that far away from you for that long without her going. I need some dick.
You can think it. Come on, you can think it. It's only natural.
Yeah, but you gotta like rationalize that.
It's one thing to think it. It's one thing to let it be consumed.
Yeah.
Like, you be consumed by the
You gotta
idea.
process and be like, yo, she gotta work. Like she gotta go, chase her dreams.
All of
Like,
a sudden, you start thinking about the time she touched one of your friends on the shoulder and then rubbed it a little bit when he was feeling bad. You like, she did get that.
You pull the steering wheel off the car. I can't take you to the airport, girl. I'm sorry. Ain't no steering wheel.
There was that one time.
the heroin addict stole my steering wheel.
There was that one time that driver's seat was a little bit too far back.
Yeah,
Man.
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 So what I'm saying is, if that's the way you're gonna move while we here,
Exactly.
Like if I wouldn't date a woman that if she hung out with her friends, like my girl got some some nasty bitches for friends, just terrible. and
How are their personalities?
they're hoes.
Okay.
That's the nasty part. I assume.
That's the nasty part. I didn't want to say it.
I hope you didn't mean like they was actually nasty.
I was wondering. I'm single.
hoes.
Just wondering. Throwing that out there.
No. I'm talking about these are hoes that just
Mike was like,
they
pull up.
I'm like, that's a high value woman you talking about. You better chill out.
No, what I'm saying is these are hoes that I met you at the bar. You bought me a drink. You want to come back to my place, and then they don't know your name.
Lovely. I mean,
that's
finish your story.
Yeah, but that's like every week.
That's pretty good.
That sounds dangerous, though. That sounds.
Who needs names?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Who needs names? Who do you, a porn star?
I think that was on the march of no.
Anyway, I forgot my point.
No, the point of being secure.
Jock gonna show up on the date with a ski mask on. She was like, "Why are you wearing that mask? Who needs names?"
Hold on, let Jock bring it back. What were you about to say?
You were saying how the idea of if I'm going to be secure with myself and my relationship, I should be secure with her stepping outside of my eye.
Yeah. Like if you can't trust her to be outside without you looking at her, why you with her?
Yeah, that's a wrap.
I feel you on that.
That's too stressful.
That's
too stressful.
Like literally, you be in the shower going, "I hope that bitch still in the bedroom." Like I hope I can trust her.
Yeah, I'm glad.
But see,
Hope she's not on that cellular device on Reddit.
But you know how it go. You know how it go. What you tell yourself not to think about is what you're gonna think about, and then all it takes is like that one time when she don't pick up the call when you thought she should.
Yeah, but
that
depends on the person.
I got a question for y'all. I got a question. So in that same scenario, you get with a chick and y'all building something. You just starting out in a relationship, and you do find out she for the streets, but everything's working. Everything's a vibe. Is it okay to then go into like an open relationship situation, or are you too far down the road?
If that works for you,
yeah, that's you. Yeah,
that's an agreement.
So I guess my question really is,
unless you're dating a virgin, then everybody done. You know what I mean?
No. My question is there expiration date to start out on an open relationship, or is it any times ago? You can be married for 40 years or whatever.
It
depends.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, so Sidney Poitier, and who was he married to? Was it Ruby D?
It was some like singer or something, right?
No, I think I don't remember. But he was married. Ruby D and her husband. Hopefully that's Sidney Poitier. Google break. Let's Google some shit. In the beginning of their relationship, they had an open relationship. Because they're Hollywood actors, or at least they're at least in the media at this time, so they're around the world traveling, to see each other. Still need to bust a nut. Right. we need something.
They were being practical.
They were being practical. Yeah.
Right. So his spouse was Juanita Harry and Joanna.
Okay, I was way the fuck off. Well, it's not Sidney Poitier then. It's Ruby D and her husband. So type in Ruby D.
But there are tons of couples like throughout Hollywood, throughout all public. There's in politics. Yeah. There's tons of couples that do it, but
Ozzie Davis. There you go.
Only a few made it public. Yeah. But But yeah, okay. But how do you say they in the early part of their relationship they were open, and then they at some point cut it off?
Well, they started doing it and realized it didn't work out for them.
And that's where the problem starts, is when you want to shift. And I think that's where a lot of people are hesitant, is when it's time to shift, or when one person is not getting what they thought they were gonna get out of it.
Well, it's also one person probably doing it for the other person, and not so much
Exactly.
on whether they're good for that.
Yeah.
See, too many people want to stay with someone so bad that they're willing to sacrifice a little bit of themselves, and then when they get to it, they want to play this blame game. We're like, you made me. No, I didn't make you do this. I told you what I wanted.
And that's how people get to that whole like checking people text messages, following folks, having arguments for argument's sake. Like, if y'all just together to pay the bills, and just do that.
Just
but
do
don't
that.
force.
Play your part. Like,
Be the glorified roommate. Head from time to time.
Exactly.
We got a good thing going right now. We even got.
But again, emotions get tied, and then also resentments and people wanting to get their win. You know, like, look, you did hurt me 2 years ago when we started this. We just friends. I need to get this like last shit off my chest, and I wanted to sit on you.
Yep, that get back shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people do that shit. Mostly women, but dudes do it too. Where it's just that get back shit, and you're painting it out to be this whole open, minded, fluid, whatever relationship things y'all got going on.
It's called dating,
and it just get back, and then
pretty much,
and you ain't got your got back, and made a couple of kids on the side from it, and now
Now that's the part I don't understand. Like, why?
Hey, people reckless, man.
What are you, an NBA player?
Really love
like,
each
get the
other.
fuck out of here. You do not have the capital to take care of a nigga that don't live with you. I don't want to have to go through that.
To take care of a nigga.
Take care of a nigga that don't live with me.
To take care of a nigga and
the mama.
Yeah, make sure she keep hers. Yo, shout out to the dads who left when the kid was 17.
Yeah,
they only had one more year. They said, "Fuck it."
I can't take it no more.
Shout out to Earthquake, who paid so much on his child support that he paid it off before the kid was 18.
Nice.
Hey, that's a clap. That's
like,
a clap.
This nigga wrote a joke about that.
That's actually good for inflation reasons.
He was like, my son is 17 years old, but he's 18 in child support years.
Nice.
That's tight.
But we were talking about the celebration.
Oh yeah,
of the death of a brother. He was a brother. I don't care what you say. You may not like his politics. I feel you. I wasn't.
Was he married?
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm just asking him.
He was twice. He was married before. Yeah, he's like twice divorced. I think you on some Steve Harvey shit.
Well, Steve is like 4, but
Steve had 4.
Damn.
He's on his 4th wife.
He's on his 4th. You sure?
Yeah, it's like third. This is
at least the third. I don't think it's the 4th. No. How many niggas be having 4 wives?
But no, he really believe in that shit.
But Marjorie's a good person. She's really cool. Solid. Yeah, she really got his head on right.
She kind of way above his league though.
I'm using the three strike method on the thing. If it don't work out the third marriage, I'm just dolo out here.
Like Steve.
But he had to mature though.
Yeah, he had to get.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have got that early in his career at all.
Yeah. He had to get a tailor. He had to grow up a little bit.
Nigga, I'm using the one strike method. It's like my dad was like, "Hey, I married for love one time. If it don't work out, I ain't doing that shit no more." That bitch got to come with some money.
You gonna leave that to me? I'm in the
like, once you done had your kids, it really is a whole different ball. You're just looking for companionship.
Like y'all just living together, and you're like, you want to go fuck? Let's go out first. And we get back.
You definitely do have to make sure that you
we ain't going
keep
nowhere.
Time, you know what I mean? Because I can tell that if somebody had like fucking 4 kids, like that's a fucking
rough.
That's a lot.
Dude, I know people with 6, 7 kids.
Like you really got really carve out your time.
Yeah,
man.
that's
too much.
You got to make a lot of money. You got to support.
Hey, I'll be like on the second date, like you probably should call him and try to work it out. You got 7 kids at the house. Like, I can't help you, baby.
Just being an open relationship, you can get you some dick on the side, and he get him some pussy because he ain't never gonna stop doing that.
That's not a relationship. It's just dating. That's just like
he's not gonna stop doing that.
How's that open relationship? You basically just get a therapist, a roommate, and a part-time cut buddy while you still get to date other folks because. Oh, let me tell you about my day.
No.
Let me tell you my problems. All right, let's smash today because my other person didn't call back. And it's like, are y'all having 3 people gathered together for a relationship?
Yep.
Or are you just like high-fiving her and then going out to the club?
Yep.
You know what
I mean,
like,
probably both.
I mean, I'm not. It is what it is. But let's not act like it's not just open. It's just dating. Like, let's keep it real. If you smashing multiple folks and getting emotionally invested in multiple folks while still coming back to one person, that's still that's open. That's dating.
No, because they'll have that core relationship, and it's an actual intimate. It's got all the trappings that a relationship has, and they'll just have a few vacation pieces on the side.
Yeah,
and
but you can leave. Like if the idea is that you can just straight leave the person you report back on Monday, or after fucking bitches on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So I need to understand what your definition of is it solely restriction?
Operational definitions, yes.
Is it solely contingent off of restriction and sacrifice and or is it I don't know, contingent on companionship and how intimate y'all are, or what is it?
I would say, all right, so it has to be agreed upon, right? So just like playing any game or any sport, it has to be agreed upon on both teams. So you can't say you're in a relationship with a girl and she like, oh, that's not what a relationship is to me.
Yeah. Right. It definitely has to be,
agreement. So I would say in general, a relationship, like a romantic relationship where, an exclusive romantic relationship, I'm call it that, because if it's not exclusive romantic, then you have to put the word open in front of it, right? So a romantic relationship would be exclusive. Yeah, exclusive in the sense that that's y'all, and you are building each other through whatever professional and social and spiritual, emotional growth and physical growth that y'all are going through. Yeah, that's cool. It's growth that y'all are going through. So I think that is how I would define a relationship. It has to be you all being okay and interested in each other's growth in multiple lanes.
So I ain't hear any part of that where I can't have a girlfriend for the weekend.
Exclusive. that was the first one. Exclusively invested in
she's exclusively reserved for the weekend. What
Well, again, if it's cool with your main, then it's,
and that's what I'm saying. So
as long as but as long as she coming home, does that make sense?
If you got a side piece, she have a side piece. That's the thing about
there's some husbands out there that that's hoping she don't come home for a couple of nights.
That's how you got.
So the thing is, that's an agreement.
Yeah, that's an agreement,
and that's what makes their situation okay,
right?
Yeah,
like.
You gotta tell people though. You can't be like sneaking out on the side.
And that's where you always hear open relationships, and they were like they were doing stuff that we, and they weren't telling me it was a couple. It was a chick we used to link up with, and then he left out and went and met with her, and it was like all kind of shit like that. So so you get the weird, the deception, and I think that deception comes when I think you said it where it's like. One person is doing it for the other person, or one person is no longer getting what they signed up for, and they can't, for some reason, the communication just breaks down, and they don't come back to and I think that's another thing too. They don't come back and renegotiate. A lot of people go into relationships thinking it's concrete, like how we came in is how we're gonna die like this, and I think you kind of got to renegotiate the contract every so often.
I think
that's fair enough.
What happens in that situation is one person does something and then the other person is like, well, I'm gonna let it go this time, right?
Yeah.
And then they do something and that person calls them out on it. So when they didn't stand up for themselves, now they're like, well, you did this, and then now it's just a whole little
down.
It's
a tit for tat. Yep.
And it's over.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that.
I think that's where it goes.
That's interesting, the idea that what's that? Well, not repaid. I equaled out or removed your debts, but when it's time for me to get in debt for something I did to you, then you don't forgive I've forgiven your debts, but you don't forgive my debts until now I'm really salty.
Yeah.
And then like you said, I bring up remember last week when you
Yeah. And that's
the get back. The whole one in the chamber. For a rainy day.
The big get back.
The get back.
I be wanting to do it, but I be forgetting. I'm like, remember that shit you did 2 weeks ago? What?
You know what? I only use that for a situation that they set themselves up for.
Nah, you
I don't remember. I'd be like, damn, I really wish I remembered what you did. It was something though. It was like something. Maybe remember you made popcorn and you only offered me a handful.
Nah, you can't do it. You can't do it. Because you don't want to hurt her. That's the problem.
You got to tell her the truth.
That's the problem. But you don't want to hurt her. You be like,
what's hurt? What's hurt? You know what hurt is? Hurt is not being truthful.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I thought you were about to do an acronym.
No,
like hurt is healthy.
Acronym. You think I got? You think I got that much brain power to just put that together right now? Hurt. The H is for helping oneself.
Just stop. Stop.
Uniformly.
No.
Retarded.
Wait, helping oneself. That's hoes. Okay.
T enemy square.
What?
Hurt.
All right, last question. Post nut clarity. I don't know if y'all talked about this before.
No, we haven't talked about it.
Post nut clarity. Is it just a natural part of how we move?
Cat Williams said it right.
Or is it a sign of immaturity?
Cat Williams said it right. On one of his stand-ups, he's like, busting up before you go to the club,
No,
or busting
man,
up
why-
before you go on a date.
why would
Then
you-
all of a sudden you gonna act different in the club, and you act different on that date.
Sometimes, someone.
That's true.
You gonna be less thirsty.
It's the equivalent of don't go in the grocery store hungry. I mean, just simply just being, proactive.
because you do something different. If, like you walk in there with your
I think that's a responsible.
You do
use.
anything.
That's a responsible use of your post nut revelation, right? I think the irresponsible use is you done did everything, you done wine and dine, you done got them draws, and then you like, I'm good. Like her jokes are really not that funny. I'm out. She really can't cook. But her dog is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Post nut clarity has worked for me in the sense of like whether I wanted to like kick it with someone longer than outside of that nut, because sometimes you got to recognize, that person don't really mean that much to you, right? Like it's fucked up to say that, but it's like some people are just for a good time.
Oh, for conquest, right?
No.
But as a
I didn't call it. I said a good time. Look at you,
that's conquest.
You write it down, don't you?
as a man of a certain age.
Don't you keep a trophy box?
No.
In the
That's for
attic?
serial killers.
Put the lotion in the box, please.
Fucking keeping ribbons and shit.
But so a man of a certain age, we don't talk about it, and like post nut clarity for one. And let me just say this: thank God he gave us something. He gave us some kind of some queen and king in our hand, like something to where we can like move out here. Because when you in your early 20s and your teens, you are ruled by your dick unless you got like some real guidance. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. Nah.
I was y'all fronting.
Conquest.
All right, you was with me the night that I didn't let my dick.
I mean, none of us are dumb, and ain't none of us are
And
dumb.
it was on a platter.
But y'all, we gotta be honest. Y'all remember them days in high school, and then in our early 20s, to where you wake up on some bullshit.
But that's your
whole
hormones.
day.
That's your body. That's your hormones settling into your body.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, you didn't even have the self-control, the wherewithal to even identify your post nut clarity and how to maneuver.
No, I knew
but you get
it
a little
was.
older, and you can kind of position your post nut clarity. To where
Well, I'll be real with you.
like
now.
he said, like you make sure you take care of yourself if you go to the club.
I don't have post nut clarity.
I think
no more.
Really?
I think as you I think as you gain more responsibilities, that's when it starts to click in, right?
Yeah.
So like when you first get started, it's like, all right, I'm just trying to get to the pussy, right? So we just get it, we there. But then now it's like, all right, I can get over there. I can get over there to the pussy, but then I gotta get up in the morning to go to here, and I gotta do that.
Yeah, I'm not
so
even thinking
so
about that.
forth.
And then you start.
So then you get over there, you do, and then you like, I shouldn't have never came over because now I gotta go. And she looking at you like, I got some Uber Eats coming. Like,
like,
but I want you to know that I cared a little.
And you like, what you got? What you ordered?
You feel me? So then,
You got no fries now.
Yeah, ain't got no fries, man.
I'm about to go to Wendy's.
I like
so then you go, you leave, you get us something to eat, and then you come back.
You go get milk. You go get milk and never come.
You drop the food off, and then you go, and then you be like,
I think also as you get through the process, all right, so get pussy. But guess what? There's a person behind the pussy. So now you gotta actually talk to this person and like fucking text. And
how was your day?
Back in the day,
With that big smile. How was your day?
how was your day? Oh no,
Oh, that's nice.
Dude, I'm real with you. It's been a long time since I had post nut clarity. I haven't had to
Really?
I would imagine so.
So your brain just goes blank.
Yeah, like
no, because post nut. I feel like post nut clarity is that moment where you just like.
It doesn't have to be
Like,
regrets.
No, it's not regrets. It's more so like you see the situation clearly now. Like 100%. There's no lie, ball,
no
face,
nothing. You ain't
like this is no makeup, none of that shit. And literally, I remember Justin. You told me this in our early 20s. He's like, you want to know you like her? Beat your dick.
Yeah.
Before you go on a date. Well, this is before Cat Williams said it. He like beat your dick before you go on a date with her, and you'll know if you still want to hang out with her.
Yeah.
And one time I did it, and I was like, I can stay home.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I can stay home for this. Like this, I don't really want to go nowhere. And you know, I think
in the early 20s, the drive is way too hard.
But now I feel like
Wait, don't during the date, like, all right, it's about to get back up now.
It's literally like some vampire shit. I mean, some werewolf shit where it's just like, yo, I know, but it's back at it. Back at it again. You're like, oh shit, it's back at it.
No, I guess what I'm saying is like now, so as I've gotten older, I made better decisions in the sense of the people that I put in my life. So I don't have to have this. Should I really be fucking with her?
So is the post nut clarity gone, or is just no need for? And that's what I meant by do we mature out of? Do we grow out of like even needing it? It's like an immaturity to be like leaning on post nut clarity.
I wouldn't call it maturity, but it's. I mean, you can say maturity. That would be easy cop.
But because the way you're leaning on it is like. Post nut clarity is something that comes after you do a dumb fuck.
Yeah, you do something that you be like, man, why I do that?
Or it might not be the dumb fuck. You might have legit been on board, but then there was other things in your subconscious, but your drive is going past that.
Well,
and then you do that thing, and then it's like, all right, well then, damn, like
just don't put
her mashed potatoes kind of dry. I'm ready to go.
We just don't put ourselves in that situation. So I
Is
guess
that racist?
I guess you do mature. I guess you do mature out of it. Like we just don't put ourselves in that situation no more. So it's like, damn, I do gotta get up. I'm gonna come through tomorrow, and if I don't get it tomorrow, I don't get it tomorrow.
Yeah, like we're not in a rush to get it. Like we'd be like, oh man, she wants to get like we're if anything,
but at the same
we're
time,
happy, but we're not. We ain't gonna lose no money for it.
Right.
So should women leverage our post nut clarity?
No.
Well, how would they know? How would they know?
It? Give it up sooner.
No, that's even worse.
And then be like, hey,
she should give it up worse. I mean, give it up sooner.
Give it up sooner. Give it up sooner, and then be like,
well, it's worse for her, not for us. So I'm
about to say
for her, it'd be worse because then the post nut clarity comes in a lot quicker. Where it's like,
So Mr. J,
yeah, like the idea of if they give it up too early. Then the guy
what's too early?
Whatever it is for them, whatever he just said, the idea of them giving it up earlier. So whatever's earlier.
So what's early?
What would you define as early?
First date?
Whatever the girl says as early.
I feel like early is very like
it's relative. It's relative. Thing. I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
Depends on who you are.
Whatever early understand the wildness of what this nigga just said?
Yes.
He said bitches should be fucking more so that we can get away from this post nut clarity.
No, that nigga,
not at all.
that nigga,
I asked a simple question that I am intrigued on your observation.
that nigga said, "Let me see if this nigga like me throwing some pussy real quick."
Hey, why not? You know what I'm saying? And then
get in trouble.
And right after right when you get it out,
She
right?
be like, "Oh, nah.
Right.
Hit it like
right when you nut, that's when she need to hit you with the what's your 10-year plan?
oh."
And I need no details. Do you have a journal?
Well, I'm real with you. I'm real with you 10 out of 10 times.
And then that person that clarity gonna be like, you know what, baby? No, not at all. I don't have a 10-year plan. I don't have a journal. This is nice. I'm gonna let myself.
Can I be honest? If after I bust a nut and she answers me that 10 out of 10 times, I'm just gonna leave.
Exactly. But if you with her, you're gonna be like, hey, like now all bets are off.
No, you talk about giving up the pussy early. So I'm talking about this. I'm talking about we just met.
What's your
then we like, yo, so let's
plan?
head back to your plan. And then I hit it. I'm like, yeah, we had fun. So what's your 10-year plan? Nah, that's what I mean.
And that's just an example. It could be anything. She can whatever the tough question that she would be afraid to ask. Like I don't want to run them off. Give them that.
So do you want a career in Atlanta, or do you want to move to the West Coast?
So you gonna let me? So she's gonna let me enter her to ask me a tough question.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If a woman asks,
why would you wait? Why would you wait?
Exactly. But if you care, if you really fucking with her, hold on. If you fucking with her in a real way, if you fucking with her in a real way,
man's bringing Samuels back to life with this one, like
long live Uncle Kev. Bro. No, but if you fuck with her in a real way, and y'all all know that, y'all all know like your first interactions, with her, if you fucking with her, and it happens, you are gonna be caught up guard, like, damn, okay, all right, cool, and you're gonna answer, and you're gonna engage, and you're gonna be around, you're gonna come back, and you're gonna feel like it's weird, and you're like, damn, now. It's a fine dance. She can't be like she can't be leaving like wedding ring magazines on the coffee table.
If a woman asks me after we finish fucking
for the first time,
what my 10-year plan is,
I
would be like, I will be in a custody battle with our children.
That's how I feel. Whole fucking plotting ass. She probably got it.
Well, it was a simple question. I'm not saying they should. I just
step one, find out if he has a plan. Step two, put me in his plan.
You're trying to make it sound like it's like some library glasses girl. But no, if a chick asks you a 10-year plan after you smash the first time, what the guy thinks, this hoe asking about my life and shit, like she don't know my last name.
I didn't say she asked about your life insurance policy. I ain't tell her my real age. Y'all making it more diabolical. Yes, it does come across as like
it is diabolical. What the fuck making it more diabolical?
Well, hold up, Mike. Why wait that long? She should do it mid fucking, huh? When they switch positions. Like,
well, hold on.
10-year plan.
But wasn't that a thing? A lot of female artists, hip hop artists, were saying like, asking for a car while he up in it. Da da da. They leverage everything else. Why not?
That's also a hip hop lyric. It's not real.
Well, a lot of people living.
How many women got some pussy? Oh, I would love it.
A lot of people got the Last Supper, and they got Meg, the City Girls, and everybody at the Last Supper.
Meg, who could already buy her own car.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of people
and her
living
dude
off
does not
of these
make
ethos.
more money than her.
There's a lot of people living off these ethos. And nonetheless, you use all the tools.
Somebody wrote it. That's all I'm saying.
To your discretion.
Not real.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm gonna ask for a car if I
what I'm saying? If that's your MO as a dude, if that's your MO, then
look good, baby. Yeah.
I'm just saying
this would be nicer instead of inside this Honda.
I can pick up them kids.
His and her Audis.
I can pick up them kids from that soccer practice in that Maserati, baby. You know what I'm saying? They got a good back seat.
I think on two ends,
safety value in that motherfucker.
The Apple Watch, you can call me. I can see your texts. You know what I'm saying? I can see your texts better with his Apple Watch.
I can see without ever taking out my phone.
The 55 millimeter, baby. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
And I need that.
That one got the whole keyboard on it.
Baby, I never miss a text. I even wear it in the shower, baby. But nonetheless, like if
women would just give up the pussy quicker,
just like you said,
we can really connect with them better, right?
Young men should leverage
we can start wasting time.
Young men should leverage their post-nut clarity, and they should make sure they take care of themselves before they go out. You don't go to the store hungry. Yeah. And young women should be like, you know what? Let me cut the chase. I got another date lined up for Wednesday.
There's a name for women like that. It's unfortunate, but guys have a name for that.
Women. That's just women.
I mean, why wait till you get home? Just do it in the parking lot, right? Like,
why waste gas? And then she got to get up early in the morning.
If only there was a profession.
Early in the morning.
Baby, you like that steak? Yeah, I like that steak. Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Because you like steak. Let's go.
So what are your religious backgrounds?
And then y'all get it on.
That lobster was good. And then y'all get it on and be like.
Y'all get it on the Papados parking lot. And she be like, you know what? It really wasn't that good. Kind of salty. And everybody happy. Everybody know where y'all are, Everybody happy.
That's like you getting head from the girl and you be like, you know what? You aren't that good.
But then it works.
Maybe that needs to be a thing.
It works vice versa.
Instead of people walking around, delusion.
Too, because what if she?
A lot of people delusion.
What if she?
That's
put
not
it
a good
on
thing.
You?
I know.
Huh?
What if she put it on you and then you be like, "What's your 10-year plan?"
Again, it's a win
I got
for her.
OnlyFans page.
It's a win-win if she come up to the mound early, sooner than later.
You just name a Tinder date that actually goes how Tinder wanted it to go. That's all. They actually have deep conversation and then they smash.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but don't ask my 10-year plan.
I mean, I use that as an example. But
you're 40 years old,
you don't even know you like me. You
don't
even know if I have good habits that you're
gonna see all of it. You're gonna see inconsistencies if he ain't feeling you.
That's not real.
It is real. People do have real
I've-
speed dating.
I've been there. It's not real.
Oh, wait, you mean
How much can you know from somebody in 35 seconds?
Well, you can find out a 10-year plan.
Like,
If you play your cards right.
and guess what?
You
It
better leverage that coochie.
And you know what it could be? A lie.
So
They
No,
coulda-
why would
they
he
coulda
lie? He got what he
Why
wanted.
would he lie?
If
he wants pussy.
If he's there for fraudulent reasons,
Why
if
would-
he's there for bogus
if he
reasons,
know, hold on.
Well, at that
hold on.
point, we should just fill out applications for pussy.
maybe
Hold on. So,
we can prove pussy.
so
A woman should walk around with a set number of
Like a ballot box.
a woman should walk around with a set number of fill out sheets for a day, right? And a nigga should be able to come up to her and take one of those sheets, fill it out, and
Rip it off the little document.
and clip it back on her, and then she should be able to go home and read through them, and then she'll call the person that she want to get some pussy.
Isn't that Tinder though? Isn't that like all the apps?
He's explaining where the
with
tide
a
is going.
Rolodex.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? The only difference I'm saying is
That's like taking the fun out of all
trim.
that shit.
It's almost like a manufacturing plant. Like they trim the fat. They like, you're gonna put on the headliner, you're gonna put it in the seats, we're gonna get to it. We got to make a car. And if she's trying to get to the promised land and she got a bunch of people playing the part, and they just want that thing that Steve Harvey told her to hold on to for about 6 months. She wasted 6 months.
Days.
Or 90 days,
3
whatever.
months.
3
3 months.
3 months, whatever. Now she done waste 3 months.
Did she
Nah,
waste
see-
it though?
And she done got
Nah,
distracted.
no.
Did she waste it?
And
though?
dude never liked her mashed
She
potatoes.
kind of
No,
did.
see.
She kind of did.
No,
Nah, see,
did
that's-
she
Hold on,
waste
so
it?
what
Or
if
is
she
she
gets some-
holding
See,
on?
no, that just fall.
That-
That
she
fall
can.
on you.
Or
That
is she holding on to her
That fall on you.
selfhood and not allowing
because-
herself to be given to every single guy in the parking lot?
I feel you on
Right,
that, but
true,
I look
true.
at it like this. I kind of hear what Mike's saying on
too.
get it out the way because I'm gonna say it like this, man. A lot
What, the
of
smashing or the 10-year plan thing?
smashing.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, like, if you like feeling somebody, you might as well. I mean, be cool about it, be safe about it. But you might as well get that kind of out the way. If you actually like, I think I like this person, because the worst thing you could do is like really develop some fucking feelings and be like,
Exactly.
wow, you're lame in bed.
And if you doing
That's
this,
a bad fucking feeling.
And it has happened.
and it's happened.
Like, how many girls like this guy is the most wonderful dude, and he's like, you really like it, dear? He's just
And
like,
they-
wow,
yeah,
you ain't got
and
no
they-
top of
He give him that short
that-
stroke
that's that-
3000,
that's that
and
strawberry
then she's
leather,
like,
yeah.
man.
And now they got a
she
Twitter
in her
account
group
talking
chat
about-
like, oh man, I canceled my vacation plans. I think trim the fat, trim the fucking fat, and get to the point.
Yeah.
And my thing is, and I think if you do it enough and you do it right, she could sharpen her picking skills like a samurai sword. Her picker would be like, I already know what time it is. I've seen it.
So
I hate
Mike
how
wants speed dating with dicks. Like she's just riding on dudes, like going down the aisle. Like
She already know.
What's your name?
I
Okay,
hate
huh.
how he kind of almost won us over to his side a little bit.
She
I'm
like
sitting
a.
there like,
She like one of them Africans at the auto auction. Like, nope, they got transmission problem. They got nope. She already know what
But
time.
thinking
it
that's
is.
real time.
Wow, she
Yeah,
like,
now again, if a girl is not prudent or doesn't subscribe to like I want to wait, then I can see where you're coming from. But again, trying to sell that to just a random girl in the grocery store, you should be fucking dudes just to like
but thing is that's
It's
because
empowering you.
the thing is that's because what society has
Start with me.
has taught us, at least in America, about sex. Because you go to other countries, they don't
Show
have
sexuality,
They don't have the
queen.
same reservation.
They really
Like-
But we
like-
sell sex, so
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say even cynically speaking, a girl shouldn't give away sex that quickly because we sell sex. And so why give it to every Tom?
Why is
Dick,
she
and
giving it
Harry?
away?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why give it every Tom, Dick, and Harry
Because-
to a guy you barely know?
I never said give it to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, but like,
Well, how
the
are you
time,
giving it
the
away?
Dick or the Harry that she's feeling. She's like, all right, well, I'm feeling this one. And if her picker is honed in, then she'll say, all right, well then Harry, we ready for the Applebee's date or whatever, And then Harry come up to the plate with his 2 for 10 coupon, his 2 for 10 groupon, and she go out in the parking lot. Harry, this was fantastic, drop the draws, and then they're married next week.
Jesus.
Because her picker is so fine tuned
fast.
to where he's like, I ain't never met,
Yeah.
Yes, but thing is that's
damn,
if she
that's
pulled
a
the pants down. Went okay, there we
Yeah, I'm
go.
about to say, those are two people
And you
who
and you opened the door for me.
Those are two people who are very much
that's
mature
a
in their experience. You can't be
Very
19, two
well, how do you get
19-year-olds.
maturity through experiences?
Yeah, but not every experience.
Well,
will be
get
in the
out
back
there,
of
girl.
Applebee's.
You got it.
Golly, you got your own pussy on the menu.
Well, hey, it's all tongue in cheek, y'all. Please,
Man,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. We're being facetious. unleashes you all.
That shit take the
God, if you give me a daughter, I was just playing.
that shit take the fun. That shit take
That nigga like, no, you're not.
Yeah, you're like, no, you.
No, you're not. I know your heart,
But I think
motherfucker.
that's a funny perspective to take. It was just like get it out the way because you're right. Like Strawberry Letters be on some shit like, oh, he's a great guy, but like he doesn't sexually fulfill me. Then I met my
But his friend,
and then I told my coworker
shit.
about it, and he digged me down in the parking lot. And what do I do? You know, Shirley.
I love my husband,
this
but he
mean?
really dicked me down. The voice got deep. She wrote the letter. The font got bold when she said it, but it dicked me down. All right, man. Let's shit. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was fun. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap this the fuck
It
up.
was all right, I guess. You know, it felt good. You know, maybe we can do this later. You know, I don't know yet.
It's always that one.
Maybe we'll do it again. You know,
Man, shut up.
that's what
That's
you
J.O.
said.
Genius.
That's what you said should
The
happen.
O don't stand for nothing, but
We should.
Someone kicked
Yeah, you're
this
right.
man out.
Jock Oscar. All right. Peace and hair grease. You want to say something? Jay Cinco?
Young Cinco.
Young Cinco?
Drive here.
He ain't Spanish.
J. Funf.
How you know?
German.
My dad was black. My mama was African American. A mix.
Makes you a nigga. A mixed nigga. All right, let's end on that. All right. Peace and love.
Yeah.